All right, welcome to Marcus Name Adventures. As always, I'm Scott. Today we're going to be working on the wife's Porsche a little bit. I did a lot of work off camera because I already did it on the black one. I took the roof that was on the black Porsche and put it on here. I did a little bit of stitching on it and took some Flex Seal, seal everything up where it looked like it was going to leak. Top looks a lot better than the old one that was on here, so I'm pretty happy with it. Got a couple more things to do. The sliders, like on this car, the rails here are kind of messed up, so I'm going to take and I got new sets. I'll be pulling that out and replacing the sliders on the passenger side because they're really stiff. I've tried lubing them up and everything, they just don't want to work right. But before I get to that, I'm going to finish up all the stuff here in the front so I can get this quick release cable routed somewhere to where it's easy to get to, accessible in case the battery dies again, and get the tire pulled off on this side so I can get, ooh, that chair is really hot. Hopefully be able to pull this canister out, the charcoal canister, and get it replaced. And that should be all of the codes this car had. I've already done, shoot, what did I do in the past? The oil air separator, clean the intake, and one other thing I can't think of top of my head, but you know, other emissions control type of crap on that side. But yeah, we're gonna take in, pull the tire off here, got my key, and then we'll figure out how to get this off so we can get another one put back on. All right, excuse me, up here. Oh, $13 levels. All right, all right, let's see what we got here. Just grab the other one. It should be able to tell me how many mounting bolts it has. So one mounting bolt. All right, so mounting bolt, one mounting bolt, and yep, all right, one mounting bolt. Then there's things in the back side. Hopefully just pull off. 10mm it looks like. This, and how are these clips held on? Let's see if I can. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna get this loose first and then get the rest of it off. All right. So, let's see if that'll give me any. One, half line bolt. Okay. And I just one on the other side. Okay, so just pull right there. These hose off again. Please squeeze the hole, but I can't help it from here. All right. Yeah, they're just, so I thought, squeeze and then pull, but it's just a matter of getting the leverage. So I don't know if there's a way for me to hook you up anywhere in here to freaking actually see what's going on, but that's about as close as you're gonna get probably. All right. Where's the keeping it? Let's make it. Like the other two ports are not ports, they're not over. Just, I don't know what it's like. I don't know exactly. It's really holding on to anything else. There's stuff there. Alright, I'm talking right now. Pulling out. I think I got the bottom one loose. Oh, there we go. Okay, now if I don't screw up that line, I should be able to get where I can get a hold of it now. Finally, Jesus Christ. All right. So here's the old canister. No idea if it works or not, but that's what the code was throwing. Let's take these grommets off. Put them back on this one. All right. Okay. So, yeah, they just go back into those two holes right there. That's what holds them. All right. Take off this. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Get them all secured back in their clips. There we go. That was down like that. All right. So that's the hard part. If anything else, other things that could be issue is this return here. I don't know where it, I think it just clips. I have to pull this down and it clips over into this line right there, I think. Yeah, anyways, I just have to undo all this crap up here, pull it down, and then it's a clip there, all this shit. But hopefully that does it. All right, we're gonna put everything back in. I think I'll go ahead and throw the fender well liner in first, and the tire on, and then we'll fit the bumper back on. Yeah. All right, so I should have recorded this, but took and did something. The bumper is cracked, and so I did some drip stitching on it, and then I had to screw in one of the vents. And now I'm gonna try and, God, it is hot today. Try and get this thing mounted up here. Let's see here. Woo! So I think all this stuff goes underneath here. Let's go ahead and get up. Get up. I think that was wrong with it. No, it's down there. Don't step on these dollars. Get in. Yeah, just get under. You got it. Put that there. All right, let's get to work. Okay, that's it right there. Right under there. So this hole is pretty screwed up as it sits. Let's grab. Honestly, I wouldn't trust that to hold the bumper on. Same thing over here. All right, and this piece goes over here. So yeah, I think if I get some, once I get everything set in, I'll find some self-tappers and put on this to get the rest of the way in. So let's go get the rest of the hardware. Okay, so I think got one screw for each turn signal. Yeah, underneath side marker, I guess. There's one. each side right here. And then there we go. Ooh, that seat is warm. I already know that, but still. Okay. Then that one slides in there, and that goes in. There we go. Whew. So I kind of fucked up yesterday. I didn't record any of it because it got really hot. Camera's kind of screwing up, so I just wanted to get this stuff knocked out so I can get this Porsche freaking taken care of. And so I got everything done, literally everything. Last screw screwed in, and then started getting liquid coming out. And lo and behold, I should have thought about it, but I wasn't paying a lot of attention. And yeah, that's antifreeze right there. One of the radiators, because I should have already figured that this thing had been hit a lot harder than it looks, because that is cracked right there. That's kind of messed up. But the when I get underneath, I'll show you more. But the bracketry is bent up. I didn't notice it, and I shoved a freaking screw right into the fucking radiator. So I got a little pinhole underneath there. I'm gonna get the hose and spray this freaking antifreeze out of here, and then we'll get the bumper pulled back off. So pretty much undo everything I did yesterday. Get the bumper pulled off, and then we'll take and get some JB Weld or something and just patch that hole up. Not too worried. We cleaned up and patched up. We'll find something, because I'm not pulling the whole radiator off. Alright, I'm just going to do a time lapse on this shit, get it done, get this freaking thing taken care of. I'm tired, it's already hot. Alright. Okay, so we got everything pulled off here. Got the god damn it, I need to save these. I guess the coolant's all connected in some form or fashion. So I've got clamps on the upper and lower hoses. It slowed down the dripping, so I let it drip for a little bit. But yeah, it's just a little hole right there, and it's in the plastic, so it's going to be even easier to fix than I thought. So yeah, some JB weld shoved up in there, and it'll be good to let this drip, see if I can't locate some JB weld, and go from there. All right, so we're going to be doing a little halfway of what I was thinking before. I'm going to use, why can't I find the crap that I just, there it is. I'm gonna plug the hole with damn, it's starting to rain a little bit. I'm gonna plug the hole down here with a chopped down nut. So I'm gonna dip this and cover it with some, and then shove it up into the hole that I already created with a self tapper right here. I'm gonna need to get a more paper towel and keep that dry for a little bit. But yeah, so we're gonna do that, shove it up in there, and then cover it with freaking more JB weld, and hopefully it dries. So I got a cotton swab wrapped in a paper towel, and should be easy peasy, right? It's already a freaking hole in here somewhere. Right. Oh, right. All right, maybe this wasn't as brilliant of an idea as I thought. Well, no, it's threaded in now. You just want to. All right. See all that? Now we'll take JB weld and just kind of lather it over it. Hopefully it seals. I mean, it's just a low pressure system. Mainly has to resist heat, but I want to be certain. So I'm gonna just build it up pretty good. All right, well, that's that. All right, we're back out here on the Porsche. You know, the smart thing to do would probably be to lower the car back down, put all the freaking fluid back in it, make sure it's good. But I'm not gonna do any of that because I'm sure this is gonna be fine. This looks pretty sealed up. Pretty certain just having the bolt shoved in there would have been enough. So take this out, find the plug, put that back in, put this all back together. No need to freaking really record it. I'm just gonna do a quick time lapse of shit, get it taken care of, get it put back together for the 3rd time, and hopefully this time I don't fucking drill a hole into my radiator, my wife's radiator. Oh, here we go. We're back out on the Porsche. Got everything buttoned up again. It's actually better than it was. Everything tightened up. Nothing really sticking out. Doesn't look so janky as it used to. So we're gonna start adding some coolant, running the system, so we can't get this thing to burp. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Here is the spot where you add the water, the Wasser, the Akku, the valve. So, fill it up. Alright, fire it up now. Already pulling some. we took the red Porsche out for a drive, or the wife did. It seemed to be doing really good. No check engine lights came on. Doesn't seem to be overheating. It's been hot, so, and not really nice. It's just been like the freaking devil's taint out here, so I haven't wanted to be dealing with anything. But we'll get out, pop the trunk, because I don't think this thing's gonna work today. No. All right, so we'll pop the trunk and unlock her. Check the coolant level here. I didn't really put that much in. Wasn't almost locked those. That would have been dumb. Yeah, but to put those in the trunk. So everything looked pretty good. Didn't have any cooling issues. Trying to find a spot to put this. There we go. Yeah, I was put coolant in it, no problem, or held temp. Just top off the radiator. See how that's cooled down, because that only dropped that much in it. Can't actually see. Yeah, it's still a little bit low. Maybe y'all can see that. We're just gonna go ahead and put it up to max there. Still, that's not a lot of fluid left, or dropped. Less than a gallon came out, and I put a hole in the ball in the radiator. I don't know. It wasn't getting hot or anything. Fluid's still going. So while we're here, let's go ahead and check the oil. It's been setting for a while. Alright, we're still good there. I got one more thing that I actually need to do on this. I'm trying to decide if I actually want to do it or not. Well, two things. Got to rebuild the seats, or just a seat. But that's a video for another day. I think that's it on the Porsche for now. Wait till next week if you want to see the video. Be fixing that seat. I appreciate everyone that's been tuning in. The channel is growing, but we need to keep it going. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll keep doing this thing. Still have a lot of projects left. Of course, we got the camper, my kids' cars over there. Got it on the road, but it's still not up to 100%. Two Porsches, the Stout, the Cerberus, the big van, the 67, 57 Metro. This will be the next one we get. Well, once we get the Stout on the road where I can park it outside on the street, get licensed and all that stuff, then we're going to be working on the frame swap on the panel wagon. Then that's what's going to be worked on as far as big projects. Again, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. And at the end of the day, if you're not dirty, you're not doing it right. Y'all have a good one.